Okay, here we go. We're going to talk about resetting this valve if you tore something apart, or if for some reason the thing's double stroking and you feel like this could be this valve that's causing you the problem. Right now, I loosened the two Allen screws that are here. Let's come up and show. See these two Allens right here? These loosen and tighten this adjustment valve. Okay, so that's what we're going to be working on. I also remove the rod that goes here because that way you'll be able to see in the video. All right, so what we'll do is, as you can see, it's clearing this cam eccentric right here, which is an adjustable eccentric we'll talk about in a minute. It really, all it does is adjust the position of your feed rolls. What we're gonna do is, you can see it's not touching, everything's hooked up, motor's running, watch your fingers. Okay, here we go. See how it's spinning and everything's going. Here's your eccentric lined up right here and the ball right here. And I'm watching my fingers. Okay, you take this loose valve and you slowly slide it up to it, and you can feel it starting to hit until a point where it'll stop. See, like that. Now I'm at this position. For my own peace of mind, I'm gonna go just a hair more, which allows it a lot less chance of double stroking. I will now tighten this down. The two Allen bolts we showed you earlier. Okay. Now you can see the ball is depressed against this little cam right here. What that does now is it makes it a single stroke, like that. See, now the machine is running every time against this cam right here. Okay, let's back it up again, and I'll do the same thing one more time. I'm going to loosen the bolts. Back it off. Okay, you tore everything apart. You put your piece back on. Here we go again. See, it's spinning like that. What you do is you slowly bring it up. You can feel it touching, and then all of a sudden, pop, there it is. Just a hair more. That should give you your setting. It's pressed in at the proper point to make a stop point for each cycle. Your trigger is whatever it is. I'm using a little air switch, but you might have an electric eye, you might have a little crozet, something for a trigger. And now it works. Pretty consistent without double strokes. Now there is another thing that I want to show you. This eccentric right here adjusts, here, show inside on the feed rolls. This position adjusts where the thread depth is right here, where your lid will stop. Your lid is going to stop in about this position. If you want it a little higher or a little lower on the feed roll, all you got to do is move this eccentric. Counterclockwise moves it farther down on the thread. Clockwise moves it farther up on the thread. And I'll show you the little set screw here. I have to disconnect the air to do that, but I will show it to you now. What that does, see, now it's freewheeling. There's a set screw right here. You have a little Allen wrench. And what that does is when you loosen that, you can move this around. So you go if you went counterclockwise a little bit and tighten it back up, that would make the position of this feed roll come farther down, almost to the drop point right here at the edge of the feed roll. So counterclockwise, it goes lower on the thread. Clockwise, it goes higher on the thread. So that's pretty much the whole setup as far as how you do this. Make sure you put all your covers back on so you don't eat up your fingers.